Hello, my name is Lelde, and I have the pleasure and honor to meet you on the opening day of Future Heroes. And in a nutshell, about me, at the moment, I'm 29 years old, and from the age of 21, I have been working in television as a journalist, presenter, and producer as well. And I create TV broadcasts about fashion, local business, sustainable nature, and medicine. And in 2019, I entered the Forbes magazine list, 30 under 30. So it was a very nice surprise for me as well. And there are people who call me an influencer as well, but actually, I think that that's not a profession, and you need to achieve some other goals in your life. And being active on Instagram or TikTok is just a side hustle. But of course, social networking is an amazing opportunity. For example, one of the collaborations that I had with Samsung brought me to the Montenegro, which is Melnkalne, and I had the opportunity to meet influencers from all the Europe. But when I was at your age, I didn't know who I want to become. So I dreamed about voluntary work far away from my home. But then I met the love of my life and decided to stay here in Latvia. And here's how much love can do. And I think you have to have love for everything you do. I do believe it's passion and determination, courage, and of course, sparkling eyes that drives many good ideas. That's shortly about me. But there is one question I always address to audience, and I would like to invite you to think quickly as well. So, who is given more time, homeless or a millionaire? I will give you 5 seconds. What do you think? You could just think about it. Who is given more time, homeless or a millionaire? And correct, exactly. We are all given the same amount of time. It's 24 hours a day, and the question is, how do we use it? What are our priorities? And your priority today is to invest time in your growth, which is wonderful. And don't waste time aimlessly. That's what drives me. Your age is the best stage in life to let yourself experiment. What want a podcast? Okay, go get up, make it happen. It does not require any large resources, only your willpower and your time. And the main topic I would like to talk about today is failing. You see the title, How to Manage Fear by Failing. And can you please think right now, what is your first reaction after mistaking? What is your first reaction when you have a mistake? I have asked this question to my friends and colleagues, and more than half of them answered that they feel like fools. Of course. But the thing I have learned and want to share with you is using a little bit different tactics. So after making mistakes, I tell myself with irony, okay, smartass, well done. Now you need to find a solution to get out of this situation. And I look at the mistakes as a benefit of growth, because at the moment of failing, we have to start thinking outside the box. We start growing up to next level because we need to figure out a solution. And in one of my first live TV shows, I got mistaken and I said that the person has died, not fallen. In Latvian, those words aren't so similar. It's nomira and nokrita. But I was so worried that I could barely speak. And after the live broadcast, I was driving home crying. But this situation later became my motivator, working much more intensively with my panic attacks. So I attended yoga classes where I learned to control my breath and pull myself together when I needed to. So this doesn't mean that you need to look for mistakes. No, believe me, they will find you. We can do best in our lives, but there's always situations that suddenly change our plans. So that's the process of development. And what creates our comfort? It's knowledge. The thing in my on the sidelines here, you can see listed some platforms where I have developed and tried to perfect the skills that are useful in my profession. And each of you will have your own professional field in which to develop and dig deeper. But what I mean by this slide is that being knowledgeable is a choice. And no matter how much we have learned or developed ourselves, there always can be more. And the more knowledgeable we are, the less room there will be for fear or insecurity. And you see the next slide. And the thing that, in my opinion, has been the key to my success is that I understand that we all are replaceable. It's neither good or nor bad. It's just the way it is. So you need to figure out how to conquer the world. As Marilyn Monroe once said, give a girl the right shoes and she will conquer the world. It's notional, of course, but being aware of yourself, of your strengths, really helps achieving a lot. So you'll need to prove yourself. And to do that, it's important to invest in yourself. First of all, your time. And you need to be interested in several fields and to be diverse. Make yourself a person you would love to be friends with. And you see the next slide. It's Instagram, yeah, and there is one more essential thing I want to say: expand your interests. Let's say the idea how you can apply this advice in practice is to start following as many different persons as possible on Instagram, on Twitter. I don't know, for example, National Geographic account or Vogue official if you're interested in pop culture or in fashion, or businessmen, Richard Branson or Elon Musk. Instagram for me is a platform for cognition and inspiration. And of course, there are times when I get tired of individual accounts, and it's a flow of information which I don't need at that moment in life. So just as we periodically review our wardrobe and give or throw away the unnecessary, we can do the same on Instagram. There are two buttons: mute and unfollow, and you can always use one of them and remember it. So at the same time, you can start following new accounts, which encourages you to becoming better. And there's a lot to say about it, but I would like to emphasize it once again. Everything we see in influencer accounts is only a part of the reality. And very often people of the other side of the frame are actually very unhappy, faced with various diseases. In fact, not all as happy as they pretend, and for the most part, not so good looking as they tend to look at in the pictures. Haha, but it is true. And that's why videos are more reliable. But in a way, take it a bit like a show. And not everything is false there, but you know that people want to look better in every situation. And if you don't like the way it is, start with yourself. Talk publicly about the things you care about, and tell if you're not satisfied with something. Do not be afraid to be socially active and show your interests, and you will find like-minded people. And don't compare yourself with others. I think about this daily to remind myself that I have my own path to stick to. And here you see a quote by Michelle Obama, who is a great inspiration to myself. And she puts it: just do what works for you, because there will always be someone who thinks differently. And I totally agree with her. I remember my classmates laughing at my visual appearance because I was the first one in my class who started wearing glasses. Nowadays it's stylish, but back then it wasn't like that. And when I decided to go to modeling school to learn how to walk in high heels and to do makeup, yes, now there is YouTube videos, thousands of tutorials, but it wasn't like that 15 years ago. So my classmates laughed behind my back, and they were saying that I had nothing to do at modeling school, and it was painful, but I was really going through. But I was also doing the things that made me happy. And until the graduation from the high school, your classmates have a big impact on you because they are the people you met every day, the ones with who you want to compare yourself, right? But evaluate who are the people you want to communicate with. Do these people allow you to grow, support you, help, and motivate you? Um, on birthdays, I often wish other people have good people around you. Whether we like it or not, we are attracted by others, and it's definitely better to choose to be with those who want to achieve something in the life and also support their friends in their journey, right? And I suppose that one essential aspect that promotes our development is objective, argumentative criticism. That's why I always seek for good feedback. Ask your relatives, colleagues for their thoughts about the job you have done. And don't be afraid if they say something that you don't like, because the grounded criticism makes you improve. And always remember, the worst place where to look for criticism is on the social networks. And at the beginning of my career, I used to read comments on media, and I thought I could find argumentative criticism there. But now I have realized that it's just a waste of time. So don't look for criticism in the public landfill. And about contacts, I have a couple of things to say, because your network is your resources. And the aspect I want to highlight is the quality of networking, meaning how kind, interested, and helpful you are towards people, because it has a direct impact on your long-term life. The contact is one of the most important resources we can ever own, and you can never predict who can be the friend or person who will unlock the door to fulfilling your dreams. And there have been many interesting projects I have participated in, which have come to me suddenly from people whom I have met once in my life. For example, an opportunity to work on a new magazine development, and that happened as a result of a great first impression. So always try to do your best when someone is asking for your help. And I was really quick going through my slides. This is the last one. And if someone asks me, what is the formula for success? There's only one question, and it's one for each. I think good luck is being among the people you have fun with. And here are cornerstones that helps me navigate and set your own limits. And this is what I understand when I was doing firewalking, when there's very big heat and you're going with bare feet. That was mind-blowing experience. And compete only with yourself, not others. Say yes to challenges and doubt afterwards, and educate yourself and don't settle. They may be useful for you as well, but on your way to your dreams, you will make your own conclusions and figure out what works best for you, of course. And what I wholeheartedly wish each of you and every one of you is to find a place where you feel like fitting in. A profession, whatever it may be, is fulfilling. And don't settle. Don't listen to anyone who says you can't do something, because believe me, you can, and you can very, very much.